Hello everyone, welcome back in part 3 of how to create a responsive e-commerce website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. And in our part 1 we have created this beautiful homepage and then we have made this homepage responsive for different screen size devices. And after creating our homepage in our part 2 we have created this beautiful shop page. And then we have also created our single product details page. And after creating these two pages, we have made them responsive for different screen size devices. Now in our part 3, we are going to create our blog page. So this is our blog page and we are going to create this beautiful blog page in our part 3. But before we get started, if you guys are new in my channel and if you guys are enjoying this course, then please subscribe, like this video and press the bell icon for the future videos. And if you guys have any question about this video, please let me know in my comment section. That's it guys, let's get started. Okay guys, now we have opened our shop.html file, our style.css file and our script.js file. Now for creating our blog page, we have to create a new HTML file. So that's why just go to the project folder and then create a new file. And now we have to add a file name. So the file name will be blog.html. That's it. So guys, after creating our blog.html file, we just have to go to our shop.html file and copy this all code and then go to our blog.html file, then paste it here. Now first thing what we have to do, we have to collapse every section. That's it. Now in our blog page, we don't need these products. So that's why simply remove these products. Okay, so here you can see that this is our blog structure. We have our header and then we have our hero section. Then we have our pagination, our newsletter and our footer. Now before our pagination, we have to create a new section for creating these blogs. But first what we have to do, we have to save this file and close our shop.html file and then go to our website. So guys, here you can see that in our URL, this is showing shop.html. Now we have to enter in our blog.html file. So that's why we just have to change the URL name and it will be blog.html. Now type enter. And here you can see that this is showing blog.html. It means we are now in our blog page. And in our blog page, we have our navbar, our header, our pagination, newsletter and footer. Now first thing what I am going to do, here you can see that in our nav links, our shop page is now highlighted. But this highlighted option should be in our blog. So that's why what we have to do, go to our HTML file and open the header. Then here you can see that we have a class name active in our shop page. So I will simply remove this active class and then add this active class in our blog.html. Now save and go to our website. Now our blog link is highlighted and it means we are now in our blog.html file. Okay guys, so after fixing the navigation, now if I go to my website, first we have to change the background image and then change the text. So for doing this, let's go to our code, collapse our header and open our page header. First we have to change the heading and it will be read more. That's it. And the text will be this one. That's it. So now here you can see that we have changed our heading and our paragraph. Now save and go to our website. And here you can see that we have our read more and our paragraph. And after this one, now we have to change the background image. So for changing the background image, we just have to simply add a class name. So that's why let's create a class and the class name will be blog header. That's it. Now simply copy this blog header. Then go to our style sheet. And here you can see that we have a blog page comment. And underneath this comment, we have to just paste the class name. That's it. And before our blog header, we have to simply copy this page header ID from here and then paste it here. because this block header class name should have all the styling which our page header is having. Okay, if I go to the top, and here you can see that this is our page header and we have some styling for this page header. Now I want to have all this styling in this block header. Okay, but I only want to change one thing, which is background image. So that's why let's add a background image and let's add the URL. Then I have an image folder, and inside this image folder I have a banner folder, and from our banner we have to take b19.jpg. That's it. Now save and go to our website. And guys, here you can see that by just writing one line of code we have changed the background image. This is so amazing, guys. And after changing our background image, now we have to start creating this blog section. So for creating the blog section, let's go to our blog.html file and collapse this section, then create a new section. Then we have to add an ID for this section, and the ID will be blog. That's it. And inside this blog, let's start creating our first blog. So that's why take a div tag, and the class name of this div tag will be blog box. That's it. And inside this blog box, first we have to create a div tag because I want to have this image. And here you can see that this blog is having two different sections. In the left side we have an image, and in the right side we have our text. So that's why we have to create two separate div tag for these two sections. So in this div tag we have to add a class, and the class name will be blog image. And inside this div tag we have to create an image tag, and then we have to add the image source. And I have an image folder, then I have a blog folder, and inside this blog folder we have a b1.jpg. That's it. So after this div tag we have to create another div tag, and the class name of this div tag will be blog details. That's it. And inside this blog details, here you can see that we have a heading. So that's why copy this heading and then create a h4 tag and then paste it here. Then create a paragraph, and inside our paragraph we have to add this text, then paste it here. Then we have to create a button, and it will be hash, and then it will be continue reading. That's it. So after this one, here you can see that we have a text behind our image. So now we have to create this text. So that's why underneath of this div tag we have to create a h1, and it will be 13y01. That's it. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that we have our blog image, our blog heading, blog text, button, and our heading for this image. So now we have to style these things. So for styling, just go to our code, and from here copy this blog ID and then paste it here. First what I'm going to do, I will add some space from around this blog container section. So that's why let's add some padding, and padding from top it will be 150 pixel, then from right it will be 150 pixel, from bottom 0, and from left 150 pixel. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that we have a beautiful space around our blog. Okay, so after this one, now we have to start styling our blog. So that's why just copy this blog and then paste it here. And if I go to my blog.html, here you can see that we have a blog box. So that's why copy this blog box and then paste it here. Now if I go to my website, here you can see that this image and this text is actually in one column. Now I want to put them in one row, so that's why we have to use display flex, then align items will be center, then I want to add a width of 100%. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that our image and our text is now in one row. Now I want to set a custom width for this image. So for doing this, just copy this class and then paste it here. And instead of our this class, I want to add our image class name, which is blog image. So that's why copy this blog image and then paste it here. Then I will add a width of 50%. Then I want to add some margin from the right side and it will be 40 pixel. After this one, copy this class and ID, then paste it here. Now instead of our blog image, I will target our image. Then I will add a width of 100%. Then I will add a height of 300 pixel. Then object fit will be cover. Now save and go to our website. And here you can see that our image is now taking 50%. Not exactly 50%, because in our website here you can see that we have only two sections. One is our this image and one is our this text. So this image is taking 50% and our this image is also taking 50%. But here you can see that we have three elements. One is our heading, one is our text, and one is our image. So that's why the image is looking smaller. But when we position this heading underneath of our this image, then this image will take the perfect size from the screen. Okay, so after this one, now we have to style our this text. But before we style our this text, we have to add a width. So I will simply copy this one, then paste it here. Then instead of blog image, and if I go to my HTML, here you can see that we have a class name which is blog details. So I will simply copy this details and then paste it here. And the width will be 50%, and I don't want to add any margin, right? Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that our image is already started to taking the perfect width and the size from the screen. And now we have to style our this button. So for styling the button, just copy this text and then paste it here. Then target our anchor tag. That's it. And first I want to remove the underline, so that's why text decoration will be none. Then we have to add a font size of 11 pixel. Then we have to add a color, and the color will be black. Then we have to add a font width of 700. That's it. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that we have our continue reading button. So after our button, here you can see that we have a line also. So we have to create this line. So for creating the line, just go to our code and copy this tag and ID, then paste it here. And after this one, for creating the line, we have to use the pseudo element, which is after and before. And I'm going to use after, so that's why double colon and then after. So every time we use after or before, we have to must add a content, and the content will be empty. Then we have to add a width of this line, and it will be 50 pixel. Then we have to add a height, and it will be 1 pixel. Then the background color, and the background color will be black. And now we have to position the line in our website, so that's why we have to use position absolute. Then we have to use top, and it will be 4 pixel. Then we have to use right of minus 60 pixel. That's it. Now save and go to our website. Okay guys, after creating the after element, here you can see that we have a slider, and this slider is appearing because of the after element, because in our after element we have used position absolute. So we have used this after element inside a child element. Okay, and the rule is every time we use position absolute inside a child element, first we have to use position relative in the parent element. So the parent element of this after is this one. So that's why we have to use position relative in our anchor tag. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that we have our line and we don't have the slider from the bottom anymore. Okay, so guys, we have created our button. Now we have to use the hover effect on the button. So for doing this, just copy this anchor tag and the ID, then paste it here. Then we have to add hover, and every time I hover on this button, I want to change the color, and the color will be this one. Now save and go to our website, and if I now hover, here you can see that our color is now changing, but the changing is happening so fast. So I want a smooth transition, that's why we have to use a transition of 0.3 second. Now save and go to our website, and if I now hover, here you can see that the color is now changing so smoothly. And after this one, I want to do another thing. If I hover on our this button, I want to change the color of this line also. So for doing this, just copy this line from here, then paste it here. But before or after, we have to use hover. So that's why just add the hover. That's it. And now I will change the background color. And the background color will be this one. Now save and go to our website. Here you can see that our line is also changing the background color. So guys, our hover is now working and it is looking so beautiful. So yeah, after this one, now we have to position our this heading underneath of our this image. Okay, so for doing this, what we have to do, just copy this blog and blog details and then paste it here. And then if I go to my blog HTML, here you can see that we have a h1. So we have to target our h1. That's it. So for positioning our this text behind the image, we have to use position absolute. So position absolute. That's it. And then we have to use the top, and it will be minus 40 pixel. Then we have to use the left 0. Then I will add a font size of 70 pixel, then font width of 700. Then I will add a different text color, and the color will be this one. That's it. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that it didn't change anything. I think we have done something wrong. Okay, if I go to my blog.html, here you can see that our this h1 tag is actually inside in our blog box. Okay, not in our blog details. So we have to just simply copy this blog box and go to our style sheet, and instead of blog details, it will be blog box. Now save and go to our website, and now we cannot see our heading. I don't know where it is. This is happening because we have used the position absolute in our h1. This h1 is a child element of our this div. Okay, so first we have to use position relative inside our this div. So that's why just go to our style sheet and find out the blog box. So here you can see that we have blog box, and here we have to use position relative. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that we have our text. Okay, so after doing this, the text is now actually on the top of our image, but I want this text to stay behind the image. So that's why just go to our heading, and here we have to use z index, and it will be -9. Okay, you can add any value here. Just remember, you have to use the minus value if you want to place this element underneath of another element or behind of another element. So that's why z index -9. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that our text is now behind our image. And guys, here you can see that we have successfully created our first blog. So after creating our first blog, now we have to create the rest of the blogs. So for creating these blogs, just go to our HTML file and then copy this div and then paste this div tag 4 times. That's it. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that we have now our blogs. So after these blogs, now I want to add some space between these blogs. So that's why just go to our style sheet and then go to our blog box, and here we have to use padding bottom of 90 pixel. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that we have now a space between two different blogs. Okay, so after creating the blogs, we have to now change the images and the heading of our blogs. So now let's do it. So guys, we have successfully changed the images and the heading of this blog. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that we have now different images and a different heading for each of these blogs. And here you can see that we have successfully created our blog page. And now we have to check if our this page is responsive for different screen size devices or not. So that's why just inspect the website. And guys, here you can see that in our tablet screen device, our blog page is looking so premium and so stunning, and it is perfectly aligned in our website. So after our medium screen device, let's check on our small screen device or any mobile screen device. Okay, so in our mobile screen device, our blog is not looking so good, so we have to change the styling. And so for doing this, let's go to our code, go to our style sheet, then go to the bottom of our code, and now we have to go in our small screen breakpoints, and then we have to add a comment here, and it will be blog page, then comment it. That's it. So now what we have to do, if I go to my website, here you can see that our this section, it means our this text and our image is actually in one row. Now we have to make them in one column. So that's why if I select this section, and here you can see that we have selected the full blog. Now if I open our blog, and here you can see that we have our all the blogs. We have 5 blogs here. So now select any one of them, and here you can see that we have display flex. Okay, so now copy the rule from here and then paste it here. Now after display flex, I will add flex direction column. That's it. And the align items will be flex start. Then I don't want to change anything from here. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that we have our image and our text. Okay, so after this one, if I select our blog, so here you can see that our blog is taking too much spacing from the left and right. So now we have to fix this one. So that's why just copy the rule, then paste it here. Now I will decrease the spacing from everywhere. From the top it will be taking 100 pixel. From the right it will be taking 20 pixel. From bottom 0, and from left also 20 pixel. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that we have now much space inside our screen. Okay, now if I select our image, so here you can see that we have our image, but I want to select the image div tag. So here you can see that it is taking only 50%, but I will increase the width. So that's why copy the rule, then paste it here, and the margin right will be 0, then width will be 100%. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that our image is now taking 100% width. And after our image, now I want to add some space between our image and our this text. So that's why I will use some margin bottom, and it will be 30 pixel. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that we have now a space of 30 pixel. So after this one, if I select our this text section, I mean our blog details, here you can see that we have a width. So that's why I will simply copy the rule and then paste it here, and I will increase the width, and it will be 100%. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that this text is now taking 100% width and height. And guys, here you can see that we have successfully made our website responsive for mobile screen device, for our tablet screen device, and for our large screen device as well. And this blog page is looking so premium and beautiful in our website. So that's it guys for our part 3, and in our next part we will create our this beautiful about us page, and then we will make this page responsive for mobile and tablet screen devices as well. So that's it for this part, and I hope you guys are enjoying this course, and if you guys really do, then please subscribe, like this video, and press the bell icon for the future videos. And if you guys have any question about this video, please let me know in my comment section. That's it guys, see you in our next part.